Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the City Council meeting of June 21st, 2021 to order. And I think that most of us know the disaster plan. If there would happen to be a disaster, we would be exiting through the exit door right over here on the side, directly out. So hopefully we will not have to be using that this evening. I'd like to remind everybody that since these are being videotaped, that it's important that we all speak directly into our microphones so that people that are listening to us or viewing this on Facebook will understand what we're saying. So I'd like Garrett, in the absence of our clerk, Jenny Meyer, to please do the roll call of the aldermen.
Alderman Hazel. Alderman Whitaker.
Present.
Alderwoman Duco.
Here.
Alderwoman Arrows.
Here.
Alderman Randall.
Here.
Alderman Ferguson.
Here.
Alderman Anthony.
Here.
Alderman Oviatt.
Here.
Alderman Dillman.
Here.
Alderwoman Schaefer.
Here.
Alderwoman Steele.
Here.
Alderman Rothweiler.
Here.
Alderman Elmore.
Here.
Alderman Wygott.
Here.
Alderman Wiggington.
Here.
Alderwoman Sullivan.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. And also, Chief Clay is excused this evening from the City Council, and also Alderman Hazel has asked to be excused. Okay, let's all stand. Oh, the roll call of the department heads.
City Treasurer Bierman. Here. City Attorney Horner. Present. Police Chief Bill Clay is excused. Fire Chief Tom Poole.
Here.
Finance Director Jamie Matron.
Here.
Director of Public Works Jason Poole.
Present.
Director of Wastewater Randy Smith.
Here.
Director of Library Leander Spearman.
Here.
Director of IT Scott Markovich.
Here.
City Engineer Sal Alcott.
Here.
Director of Health, Housing, and Building Scott Tyler.
Here.
Director of Human Resources Seth Miller.
Here.
Okay, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no public hearing this evening. So at this time, I'd like to open up for public participation. And let's remember, it's 2 to 3 minutes per speaker. And if you would come forward and introduce yourself and go to the mic so you can participate in public participation. Do we have anyone that would like to participate this evening?
Hi, good evening. I'm Kathy Mordini. I'm here on behalf of the Belleville Mural Project. I have a one-page presentation. My apologies for not being here last time. And we are here to answer any questions that you have.
Okay.
So, can I pass these around? That might help with some of the questions you have.
Any questions for Kathy? This was tabled to be voted on at this meeting here. And Kathy, did you want to speak to anything about our meeting that we had?
I don't know. I thought I would just answer questions if anybody had questions.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Any more public, thank you. Any more public participation this evening? Yes.
Stuart Leonard, South 29th Street. This is a little old news, but 40 to 50 bullet holes were flying all over North Charles, 6 months ago maybe. And the shooters really got a slap on the wrist, you know. There's bullets coming through everybody. Some wonder nobody got killed, but they got off with a little bit of probation. They had illegal guns and everything, and they get off with 2 years probation. Last meeting, June 7th, I pledged $50,000 of my own money to put up a statue of a black man lynched in 1903 on the square. So far, no one has come forward to add to fund. A bronze statue about 7 foot tall cost about $70,000. I guess I will have to look elsewhere for extra funding. I like to read letters to the editor of Belleville News Democrat, but they can't even get more than about 5 or 6 people that keep writing the same BS all the time. And that little weasel, Jim Walters, and his
Order.
Huh?
The name calling is not supposed to be allowed in public.
Oh, he's allowed to call us in the names in the paper.
And for the benefit of the public participation rules are on the last page of the agenda, and it prohibits conduct during public participation, using disparaging remarks, personal attacks, impugning character and/or integrity or intimidation. And if it continues, then Madam Mayor, you as the chair have the ability to rule point of order and from there, take it from there. But I just want to remind the speaker that he's subject to these rules.
I understand, but he's allowed to call people all kinds of names in the Belleville News Democrat. Okay, the gentleman, Jim Walters, the gentleman, in his bi-monthly showing what an idiot he is. I don't buy that paper. I read it at the gas station free. I feel a bit vindicated by what Bill Moore, the liberal, or used to be, TV guy, said the other day about the latest lunacy of the Democrats. He said, quote, "I now know why people hate Democrats. Gay pride flags all over town. How come no Black Lives Matter flags? The Democrats are trying to blame everything that goes wrong on the racist white people and Trump supporters. Systematic is their favorite word. Chicago's not doing too well. 50 shot, 8 killed in the weekend. Where is Brendan Kelly and his Floyd Court squad?" Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any more public participation? Anyone else for public participation? Okay, at this time, I need a motion to approve my appointment for fiscal year 2021 to 2022 for Sal Elcott as the city engineer, part-time.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
Who's the second?
Me.
Oh.
Draper.
Shelley. Okay, not hearing any discussion, could we have a roll call vote?
Whitaker,
Aye.
Duco,
Aye.
Arrows,
Aye.
Randall,
Aye.
Ferguson,
Aye.
Anthony,
Aye.
Ovian, Dillman,
Aye.
Schaefer,
Aye.
Steele,
Aye.
Rothweiler,
Aye.
Elmore,
Aye.
Wygant,
Aye.
Wiggington,
Aye.
Sullivan.
Aye.
You have 14 yeas.
Okay.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. I need a motion for the reappointment of Matoshia Scott to serve a 5-year term on the Zoning Board of Appeals.
I make a motion. Second.
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 Any discussion? Let's call all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Now I need a motion for the appointment of Deborah Bello Brennan to serve a 5-year term on the Zoning Board of Appeals. Do I have a motion?
Steele, motion.
Second? Mr. Dillon? Any discussion? All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes. Motion to approve the City Council meeting and executive session minutes of June 7th, 2021.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Now we go to claims, payroll, and disbursements. I need a motion to approve claims and disbursements in the amount of $756,051.57 in payroll, and then payroll in the amount of $854,841.35. Do I have a motion?
Whitaker.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Arrows,
Aye.
Randall,
Aye.
Ferguson,
Aye.
Anthony,
Aye.
Ovian,
Aye.
Dillman,
Aye.
Schaefer,
Aye.
Steele,
Aye.
Rothweiler,
Aye.
Elmore,
Aye.
Wygant,
Aye.
Wiggington,
Aye.
Sullivan,
Aye.
Whitaker,
Aye.
Duco.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we will now have reports, oral reports from standing committees, special committees, and any other oral reports from elected officials or staff. So I need a motion from the Board of Fire and Police Commission to approve the promotion of firefighter Matthew Preston to engineer effective June 15th, 2021 at 12:01 a.m.
Aye. Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the promotion of firefighter Matthew Preston. Any discussion? Could we have a roll call vote?
Randall,
Aye.
Ferguson,
Aye.
Anthony,
Aye.
Ovian,
Aye.
Dillman,
Aye.
Schaefer,
Aye.
Steele,
Aye.
Rothweiler,
Aye.
Elmore,
Aye.
Wygant,
Aye.
Wiggington,
Aye.
Sullivan,
Aye.
Whitaker,
Aye.
Duco,
Aye.
Arrows.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Now, we'd like to have a motion from the Zoning Board of Appeals. This is a motion about the Belleville Mural project. Garrett, would you like to read?
Yes, we need a motion to approve case number 24, April 21, Belleville Mural Project, request for a sign installation permit for the area of special control for a mural at 510 West Main Street, parcel number 08-21.0-441-001, located in the C2 Heavy Commercial District, applicable section of the zoning code 155.052 and 155.053, Ward 5. Zoning Board recommended approval by a vote of 4-1.
Okay.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Yes.
Mayor, I was wondering, this is the Belleville Mural project. Have we got a limit on how many of these we're gonna have in the downtown area? Number one. Number two is, it's the Belleville Mural project. When are we gonna start moving west with this project? Everything's being centered downtown. It's along Main Street. It's a big city. And West Belleville certainly deserves something like this also.
We had our discussion the other day when Kathy and some of her committee people came forward. And basically, this discussion revolved around the presentation of how we need to understand that what you are voting on may not be exactly what is being put on the wall, since it is not an artist rendering that you are seeing. So we had that discussion, and I will let Kathy, would you like to answer the question, please?
Sure. Roger. The Mural project has looked at several locations on the west end, and we definitely are planning to move towards the west end next year.
Next year or next week?
Well, they take a long time to get through, so not next week. We've scoured the streets several times to find something. There's a lot of brick out there, so we don't like to paint right on the brick. So it's a little bit limited, but absolutely, we want to expand.
Yeah, I'd like to see it, and I'd like you to, when you're ready and you're picking out places, come and talk to us.
Sure,
We're
absolutely.
pretty established in West Belleville,
Sure.
and
Would love to. And my number's on the sheet that I gave you. Feel free to call
and
me
then also,
anytime.
have we gonna limit the ones downtown in the Belleville, in the entertainment district, or?
That has not been brought up for discussion, but if it's something that you would like to propose to Kathy to make a report on, I think that would be very appropriate. And also, we have to remember that we also have the East End too, which I'm sure she
And I
is
think it's a
very
great
aware
idea.
of.
I'm all for it, I love it, but sometimes it could be overkill too. I mean, we want it to have pop, punch, we want it to mean something. We don't want it on every blank wall in the city, so I think you should become to the mayor and talk about, what's your future plans in the next 5 years, how many more in the downtown entertainment area, and I think it's something we just need to know. Instead of just voting on each one of these, and then someday we're gonna turn around and say, my God, we got 48 murals in downtown Belleville, what happened? So I think now's the time to set a number.
Yeah, whenever we started this project, we wanted this to be, the reason we're doing it is because we want it to be a destination location. And if you spread them out too far initially, we wouldn't get the impact that we would if they were close.
Yeah.
So we've started from the inside out is what we've decided to.
I think it's a great idea, I think
Yeah,
you're doing it the right
okay.
way. I just think we
Sure.
need to know how many,
Yeah, we don't know.
think we're gonna
I mean, a
have-
lot depends on who comes to us. We're very conscious of,
see, I
not
think our
doing too
downtown is
many.
very elected. And I think something like this even lends more itself to that.
Is there still a mural across from Mount Hope?
Yes, on coming up,
I know it's
no,
actually done by
it's
the-
not a mural, it's a, how would you describe which?
Well, it actually
It's Mount
is
Carmel.
an idea or a theme for a mural, is what we reviewed the other day.
It was one of the first murals in Belleville. It was on-
Oh, yes, been there a
Oh,
long time.
The one
Which-
across from Mount Hope Cemetery.
that actually was put on by Art on the
Yeah.
Square.
Yeah.
Years ago, when we started our 2007, the Sculpture in the City project. And that was designed by the seniors at Art Department at Belleville West. And the students from Signal Hill actually drew the mural, and then it was executed by the Art Department. And then, of course, Marina Lee was the artist that we brought in from Wisconsin to do the reliefs, the wall reliefs.
I'm just saying, to the average Joe, it looks like a mural.
Yes.
There's a mural on the west end of Belleville. That's all.
Yes, that is
It's just not
our,
under the mural project.
It's just not under this.
Yeah.
mural project.
but, okay, I do think that, I know we're open for discussion on this. There was one thing that I do, last month, tabled because of the issue about what you actually were voting on. And so, I believe, Eric, do you have something too that you would like to add to the discussion?
Thank you. It was just part of when we were having our meeting about the project, I think part of the hesitation at the last council meeting was that, what are we actually voting on? You're voting on the concept. Now, each building owner has final approval of what goes on the wall. So the project before you tonight is only city building, so the city would have final approval of what actually goes on the wall. So you're really just approving the concept so they can get the artist to come up with the design, and then the city would have final approval on it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to understand that what comes first, the location or the piece of work. So for us to get the quality work that we want, this is the process that we've laid out. So we get the location approved first, and then we put it out to an open call. And that's how we get 100 different artists to come into the city with some really quality work. So it's hard to understand. We've done a lot of research on other projects, and it's hard to understand why we've come about that, but it works. It really works.
Well, I have no problem. I think your approach is correct. I love the idea. I have nothing against it. All I'm saying is, do we have a limit eventually in the downtown entertainment area? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, any more thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Eric. Any more discussion? Okay, let's call then, roll call.
Ferguson.
Aye.
Anthony.
Aye.
Ovian.
No.
Dillman.
No.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Steele.
Aye.
Rothweiler.
Aye.
Elmore.
Aye.
Wygant.
No.
Wiggington.
Aye.
Sullivan.
Aye.
Whitaker.
Aye.
Duco.
Aye.
Arrows.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to have motions from Ordinance and Legal Review. Alderman Wiggington, I'm asking you to read these motions, and they can be done together if the council approves.
And I was gonna bring that, we had quite a long meeting last time. I would like to read 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 together. 5 and 6, I think, should be separated. There was a tremendous amount of discussion on both of these. I've had a lot of phone calls. Now, if anybody would like me to separate out 1, 2, 3, or 4, I'll be happy to. If not, I'll read them together, but I'm definitely gonna separate out 5 and 6. So, from the council, you tell me what you want. Read them together.
What, can we separate out 4, please?
Okay. Okay, you do realize we have to do roll call votes then, so.
I do, I'm sorry, but yes.
That's all right. Hey, that's no problem.
Thanks.
All right. On the behalf of Ordinance and Legal Review, I'd like to make a motion to amend Title 7 Traffic Code, Chapter 77, Non-Highway Vehicles, Section 77.05, Permits. So moved.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a second.
Oh, are we reading
we're
one?
doing-
I thought you said you want them all read together now.
No, just 4.
Oh, just
Now
four?
we're
Okay.
forward, yeah.
All right, gotcha, okay. C2, motion to amend Title 9, General Regulations, Chapter 90, Animal Control, Section 90.27, Registration of the Beekeeper Ordinance. C3, motion to amend Title 7, Traffic Code, Chapter 73, Traffic Rules and Driving Regulations, Section 73.33, Hospital Quiet Zones. And C4, motion to amend. So, okay, you got it.
Thanks.
So you just want the first read read together?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. There you go, so moved.
Second.
Go ahead. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call, please.
Anthony.
Aye.
Ovian.
Aye.
Dillman.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Steele.
Aye.
Rothweiler.
Aye.
Elmore.
Aye.
Wygant.
Aye.
Wiggington.
Aye.
Sullivan.
Aye.
Whitaker.
Aye.
Duco.
Aye.
Arrows.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Ferguson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
All right,
Okay.
C4, motion to amend Title 3, Administration, Chapter 31, Officials and Employees, General Administration, Section 31.009, Appointment of Employees. So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Okay. Any discussion?
Mary made the second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Maybe some clarification.
Okay, that's why I'm going to ask Garrett to please pull up for the clarification.
Bear with me, I'm pulling up the- Okay, this motion was approved by Ordinance and Legal Review Committee at the last meeting, and it was brought by the Human Resources Department, suggesting that the non-union employees' residency requirement be relaxed to residency within St. Clair County. We have, with our collective bargaining agreements, we have varying levels of residency requirements that have been changed over the years. This would probably result in similar changes to being made with union employees. But what it does is it relaxes the residency requirement to residing within St. Clair County within 18 months instead of residing in the city within 15 months.
Okay.
So one of the, are we in discussion right now? Yep. Okay, thanks, sorry. I don't want to speak out of turn. One of the things that bothered me was that the relaxation of it took away the ownership of living in Belleville. And that was one of the things that I brought up at the meeting, and I'm still a little uncomfortable about it because I look at us aldermen here and we're supposed to live in our ward in order to even run, be elected, because we have a vested interest in our neighborhoods, in our just our little neck of the woods. So then we're talking about opening this up and then to the people who are way higher up than I am. And my concern was that their interests aren't as vested in Belleville if they're able to live really anywhere in St. Clair County. So that's just my 2 cents on it and kind of my uneasiness about that.
And Jamie, and if you remember, we had a great discussion on this, and I totally agree. The problem is, I was always for doing the same thing that you're talking about. But over the years, as I've talked to the chief of police and looked how our pool of qualified candidates was available in the police department, we're a landlocked city, we're an old city. We've done things the same way for too long. And I think it's time that if we're going to compete with our neighboring communities, we've got to have a pool to draw from of people that are qualified, a larger pool to draw from. And I think the timing is perfect coming out of this pandemic. People are scrambling all over to find qualified people, and we're not going to be any different than anybody else. So trust me, Jamie, I had the same mindset for years, but being in business for 45 years, as I looked at this, and the thing about it is, we say, people should spend their money in the city they live in. Well, you know what? How many people are spending money on Amazon? And we're not getting sales tax revenue off of that. They live in the city, they make their money, they get their benefits. Maybe they shop in the city, maybe they don't, but look how many of them go on Amazon, and we can't control that. I think that the idea now is having a strong pool to pull from and the best qualified people that we can possibly have.
Yes.
Mrs. Mayor, I wanted to ask, or tell Jamie too, I was at that meeting, and we did have a nice discussion about it, and we just relaxed it from a certain number of months, so you still do have to live in the city. I think it's 18 months.
Live in the county.
Or the county, I mean, but it's 18 months.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's not the city
And
anymore,
yeah,
so now
and-
it's the county.
and I
That
think-
was my issue, not the,
Yeah.
the time I get, because it's hard to find a house, but.
Yeah, and I
yeah.
think we're having trouble attracting, especially police.
Could we change it to maybe the zip code, a Belleville zip code? Because that doesn't mean the city limits, but it means it's a Belleville zip code. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not.
I mean, the area, yes.
Yeah,
But,
but it's so blurred, the lines are so blurred.
Yeah.
You're driving down 159 and next thing you're in Swansea.
There's nothing blurred about the county.
No.
Kent?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I think that the only question that was addressed to me regarding this particular issue, and while I agree with some of the concerns that Alderwoman Harris has made, and I would concur with Roger's assessment, because it comes out of the discussion we had with respect to looking at a pool of candidates. And if we confine it to the city, and we say it's 15 months, and we get an ideal candidate that we're looking for, and today's housing market is just unbelievably robust right now, it truly is a seller's market, then we could wind up missing out on a truly qualified candidate, somebody that we'd really like, to be representing the city and working for the city. On the other hand, the question that was raised to me is that if they are to live outside of the city limits, and I would concur with the remarks that were made to me, by no means would I want to approve that they have a city vehicle to take home.
Okay. And actually, I would like our human resource director, who also was involved in the discussion. Seth, would you come forward and give your thoughts?
Appreciate it, Mayor. How's everyone?
Good.
Sure. All right. Hello, ma'am. How are you? So you wasn't at the last meeting when we had the discussion.
I was warm in Florida.
Right. Kind of hating, but that's okay. But anyway, the bottom line is, like Roger has said, we are so limited, not just on the talent pool, but not just that. Again, it goes with the housing, right? It is so hard for us to get good quality individuals, and they're right on the money. Then all of a sudden they have to move. We put them in a hardship, right? And don't get me wrong, I do agree with the vehicle thing. No, absolutely not. Take your own car, right? I get that. But at the same time, we are in a position where we can expand more, not just economically, but also as a family and a community within the St. Clair. There are so many things that we have the opportunity to do now, right? By just connecting those dots, this can be the beginning of it. Very beautiful in the future. And then, watch this. If it doesn't work, change it back. You get what I mean? It's not that hard. But I'm just saying, I think that it's a good chance and a good opportunity to try something new. We just went through a pandemic. We see we can do that. Now let's see what else we can do. That's all. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Any more discussion on this motion?
I just had a question. Garrett had said something about this could impact our negotiations with all the unions regarding the residency requirement. Is that correct?
Yes, the vast majority of the collective bargaining agreements have residency provisions in them.
Okay.
So they vary from contract to contract. Within contracts, sometimes they vary depending on how long years of service with the city, then they become more relaxed. So I do anticipate that there's going to be proposals similar to anything that you would adopt if it relaxes it.
Well, all I would say is that it's hard for people to know where the city limits are. You know, even though you're in zip code 62221, you could be in the village of Shiloh, living there. So I wish that all employees would want to live in the city. I mean, we have to live in the city, like Alderman Monero said. But I wish all the employees would want to live in the city and could. I mean, like you said also, the housing market is so hot right now that to expect somebody to move may be hard for them to find something. So while I was hoping everyone would want to live in the city limits, you know, I certainly understand that the talent pool being expanded and the people would apply who would not normally apply. I tend to agree with Roger, Alderman Wheatington, that times change and things change, and maybe we need to change. So I'm going to support the motion here to do that.
I think also what was brought up at the meeting, Lieutenant Colonel Matt Eiskamp told us that if people didn't live in the city, they were not able to move up in their ranks. Like Captain Heffernan's 3 miles outside of, or 3 blocks or something, right outside, so he wouldn't be able to move up. So that kind of impacts some of the bargaining and you know, people moving up in their ranks.
Mr.
Mayor, how does
Ferguson?
this impact those non-union and non-appointed?
Garrett?
This applies to non-union employees only. This provision that's being proposed to be amended.
So it would be basic mayoral appointments.
Well, it would be, no, it would be the employees. The mayoral appointments is a separate section.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Anything else? Lieutenant Eiskamp, would you like to speak to anything since Mary had referenced?
Yeah. Alderwoman Steele mentioned that it does affect promotions. What I mentioned is Captain Heffernan lives 3 minutes from the police station. I live 5 minutes from the police station. I live in the city, he doesn't. So some things that were brought up is our response time. If we lived outside the city, how would that affect us getting to the station? And Alderman Randall, you brought up the vehicle. Whatever you guys decide, we will support 100%. But I can tell you there's been instances where we have captains that live outside the city, and they go to a serious incident where they're called out at 9 o'clock at night. They drive by that scene in their personal vehicle to go to the station to pick up their work vehicle. If they had their vehicle with them, they would go right to the scene. That's the only thing. Whether you want us to take them home or not, we will support whatever you decide. But that is an issue to look at. If you want our response to be rapid from living outside the city, that's something you need to consider.
Matt, when they come to a particular scene, do they have to be in their patrol car? Or
No.
can they be in their own?
Yeah, they can be in their personal car, but that's where their office is, that's where all their
Oh, true.
gear is, that's where their
Thank you.
computer is, and
You got it.
all their equipment,
Yeah.
so they would have to go back and get that. And for an instance, like I mentioned Captain Heffernan again,
Yeah.
he lives closer to the PD than I do. I live by St. Augustine's Church, where I'm 5 minutes away, but he lives outside the city and he's closer. There's many, and if Chief Clay retires, I have 10 more years, but if I retire, I think there's one other command staff personnel that lives in the city, the three of us. You want to be able to promote from within, so the captains or the lieutenants who would be next to be promoted, they're not just going to up and move if they have their roots in an area just to get a promotion. So that's why I think it's important that you can live outside the city, just so we can continue to promote within.
And Mayor, if you remember when we were at Police and Fire, we need police officers. We need to open up this pool. Matt, we had 20 applicants and 19 out of 20 didn't qualify because of background checks or something like that.
Yeah, it was significant. I don't have the exact numbers, but I believe we only hired like 3 off the list from their background checks. And that's, you know, some of it's a national issue. I talked to Branson PD the other day and they were down 15 officers. I think they had 56, now they're at 41. But some of it are homegrown issues also.
Sure. But if we don't tap into this pool, everybody around us is going to be tapping into that pool.
Yeah. And you have to look at the other municipalities. I don't know any of them that have residency requirements as strict as us within the city. Most of them are in the county, some are even farther than that. But I don't think it, I get the notion that, man, maybe they're not as invested if they don't live in the city. We haven't had residency requirements for the union members in the police department for some time, and I haven't seen any officers not work as hard just because they don't live in the city. It's still their job and it's still their passion, and they still want great things for Belleville. Just because they live in Shiloh doesn't mean they're going to do a less of a job in Belleville because they don't live there. I think it's more in their heart than where they live.
Okay, thank you. Any more discussion? Hearing none, let's have a roll call vote.
Oviatt?
Aye.
Gentlemen?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Wygant?
Aye.
Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. Mr. Wiggington, C5, please.
Okay, you got it. Motion to amend Title III Administration, Chapter 31, Officials and Employees, General Administration, Section 31.007, Improvements, and Chapter 34, Finance and Revenue Taxation, Section 34.005, Office of Purchasing, of the Revised Code of Ordinance to incorporate the qualifications-based selection process for architects, engineers, and land surveyors set forth in the Illinois Local Government Professional Services Selection Act 50 ILCS 510/(ET) So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
What's it, I guess it's for Garrett, what's his name?
So there exists under Illinois law a statute called the Local Government Professional Services Selection Act, and it applies to local governments, and it provides a process whereby local governments select architects, engineers, or land surveyors. There is an exemption in there for home rule municipalities, so you're not required to do this, but it's a common practice that's utilized by all other local governments, and some who are even home rule follow the process. And then I give you an example. It only applies to architects, engineers, and land surveyors, but the Illinois courts have determined that construction managers are professional, skilled contractors. So oftentimes you'll see local governments use this process and how they select a CM, even though they're not required to. So basically what this does, because you're home rule, if you want to opt in and utilize this process, then we would just incorporate it in these two sections of the ordinance that talk about competitive bidding for public works. And then what you're saying is, notwithstanding those provisions, you're going to select architects, engineers, and land surveyors utilizing this statutory process. So, and I've talked to the new city engineer about how this would be implemented, but essentially what happens is there's a process where you advertise a request for qualifications. And that RFQ goes out, and it is for specific projects, and then any interested contractor would, whether it be an architect or an engineer or land surveyor, would submit a statement of qualifications. And for that particular project, you have to, the city would make a qualifications-based ranking, and then you would have to rank them, and then you would negotiate a contract with the top-ranked one. If you couldn't successfully negotiate it, then you go to the second one, and then to the third one. And ultimately, what it's intended to do is have a mechanism by which you determine qualifications first before you start talking about the financial part. After you select an architect, if they perform well on a project and you consider it to be a satisfactory relationship, then you can continue to utilize them without having to go back through this process. But it's just it's a statutory mechanism. It would normally apply to you if you weren't home rule. Because you're home rule, you can opt in, and it's just recommended that it's a fair qualifications-based selection process, and it would just be utilized by the city voluntarily.
And also, I think what it would do is give us, when we do start a bidding process, after the top people or rankings have been chosen, it sometimes, in my opinion, would give the opportunity to possibly save on projects also, because we have a competitive bidding process after the quality-based review is finished. Am I correct or incorrect there?
Well, you're ensuring that your decisions are primarily qualifications-based. Yeah, and then you address it monetarily. But after you establish a satisfactory relationship with one or more firms, you may not even have to use this process for a couple of years, or really until you want to, until you think it's necessary. But it is a mechanism that I've had other local governments that I represent that they've developed satisfactory relationships with multiple providers of the same types of services, and then they can talk to them and contract with them as needed per project.
Here, one more question. They still have to be qualified under the state of Illinois? I mean, their qualifications?
Well, there's not.
Do the jobs?
The state has its own procurement process, has a mechanism that's very similar to this. Mm-hmm. If they are pre-qualified by, say, the Capital Development Board or some of these state agencies, they're going to let us know that. But this will be a determination that you make. But most, if not all of the firms that you'll see that bid for architectural or engineering or land surveying contracts are usually qualified to do so for the state as well.
Okay, thanks.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Wygant?
Aye.
Wigington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Barros?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay,
C6, motion to amend Title III Administration, Chapter 32, Organizations to incorporate removal provisions. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I hate to ask, I need clarification on that too.
Gary?
Okay, let me pull it up. Okay, in the ordinances, when it comes to appointments of, mayoral appointments of officers, such as the city attorney or the city engineer, et cetera, the department heads, there is a provision already that exists in the ordinances 31.059, removal of officers, that provides that the mayor may remove any officer appointed by him or her under section 31.055 of this chapter. And it's something that was enacted, it existed dating back to the 1960s code, and it was amended in 2017. But for some reason, in Chapter 32, which is the non-statutory boards and commissions that you have, only one of those boards and commissions had a provision related to removal, and the other ones didn't. So it's normal that you have, you know, the mayor appoints, and who the mayor appoints, the mayor can remove. So what this does is it creates a section in Chapter 32 that is worded the same as section 31.059 that exists in Chapter 31. So you have a mechanism, if necessary, by which the mayor could remove somebody who's appointed to one of those boards or commissions. Just like the mayor has the ability to remove a department head or somebody, official that's appointed.
At any discretion?
It is discretionary, just as the appointment.
Does the council then vote on that removal like we vote on the appointment?
No,
Okay.
because the provision under Chapter 31 just has a removal provision. It doesn't, it's not, removal has never been with the advice and consent of the city council. The appointment is with the advice and consent of the city council.
Okay.
It basically would be affecting like planning committees, historic preservation, you know, the commissions that are appointed by people from the community, that type of thing.
And it was worded just to be the same as how Chapter 31 words the removal provision for department chairs or department heads.
I think this council might be a little bit concerned that not this mayor, next mayor, any mayor, that this could become political on appointing and putting in or removing, that it could become political.
I mean, the removal decision is akin to the appointment decision itself.
Right, no, I get it.
And
And I'm saying not just,
I
not this
think
mayor, but.
I remember offhand, I maybe one time where on a 31.059 was utilized to remove. You know, I don't know if it would be utilized or not, but it was something that when we looked at it, I don't know why. Usually you have, if you have an appointment process, you have a removal
Sure.
process.
Yep.
I mean, that's what we do in Chapter 31. So this would be, make 32 similar to 31.
Gotcha, you got it.
Any more discussion? Okay, let's call for a roll call.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Wygant? Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
No.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
No.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, a motion from Finance, Alderman Whitaker.
Read them together, Mayor? No problem.
That's fine.
Without any objection, absolutely. 11D1, motion to approve proposed changes to the fire department fee schedule. 11D2, a motion to approve billboard location lease renewals with Outfront Media LLC. 11D3, motion to approve closing insurance fund, Fund 03, and corresponding check account. 11D4, motion to approve opening a new fund and checking account for the American Rescue Plan ARPA funds. So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Weigott?
Aye.
Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, 11E. Ryan, are you going to read the motion from the library board?
I can't.
Okay.
11E1, motion to approve entering a contract with Spectrum VoIP for a new phone system at the library to provide continuity amongst all city departments. So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Weigott? Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried. Motion from the Economic Development and Annexation Committee. Alderman Randall, will you ask for motion?
11F1, motion to approve a development agreement with Under the Wood Property, LLC, for remodeling of existing facility located at 103 North 47th Street for an event venue. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Elmore?
Aye.
Weigott?
Aye.
Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, under communication, I'd like to ask to read this as a group with Garrett reading.
Is it okay to do as a group?
No, Mayor, could we separate 12B, please?
Oh, okay,
So 12A and 12C together?
yes.
12A, ARC Blood Drive, September 30th, 2021. American Red Cross requests to host a blood drive at Firehouse Number 4, Thursday, September 30th, 2021, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. 12C, Altoff Class Reunion, June 26, 2021. Tavern on Main requests to host the Altoff Class Reunion Saturday, June 26, 2021, 5 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. Street closure request at first block of North Church Street to Alley, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., June 26, 2021. Additional city services requested: trash toters, picnic tables, barricades, and no parking signage.
Motion? Second?
Steele?
Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. Under petitions, there's no petition. Oh, I'm sorry. 12B, starting to rush, sorry.
12B, Wolf and Nation Band, June 25th, 2021. Copper Fire requests to host Wolf and Nation Band Friday, June 25th, 2021, 8 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. Street closure request at first block of South Jackson to parking lot entrances, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., June 26, 2021. Additional city services requested: barricades and no parking signage.
Move to approve.
I'll second. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, thank you. We had a discussion in Ordinance and Legal regarding noise issues downtown Belleville. We had asked Lieutenant Colonel Eiscant to basically chair a committee of residents and business owners downtown to see if they could work out a reasonable compromise in terms of how things would be conducted down there. I guess my concern has to do with, we have no resolution, okay, regarding that discussion that took place or anything out of the committee that Lieutenant Colonel Eiskamp was going to work with. But I guess another issue that comes up, we get these requests for these events, and we get different times in terms of start times, and we get different times with respect to end times. And I'm just throwing it out there for discussion purposes. Does it make sense, folks, that we have some standardization with respect to these requests and the events that are being put on?
I was gonna say the same thing, and I was gonna say, because the Altough class reunion, how do we know there's not gonna be music outside till 11:59 that night? Do you know what I'm saying? So I do think we need to discuss, because I know that's been the biggest thing is the music outside, but how do we know that they're not gonna have music outside for the Altough reunion? If we're gonna start causing people to change things, then it needs to be across the board. I mean, I'm not saying I'm for that. I'm just saying, I do think there needs to be some
Standardization.
Yeah.
Shelley, do we know if Altough's gonna have music though? I mean,
Well, that's why I'm saying we don't, so,
yeah.
Well, so looking like in the special event request, really it could be as simple as adding something in the special event request that says, will there be music? Because there's nothing in here that says that. This special event request doesn't make any point to say anything about music being part of it, so at least that would be good, so we would know.
Yeah, I agree, it's Tavern on Main is requesting it,
Yeah,
not the reunion people.
yeah, exactly. So that's why, it seems a little strange.
Kent?
Lieutenant Colonel Eiskamp, have you been able to get together with folks?
I've talked to several bar owners. We haven't scheduled a meeting yet to go over. I've talked to them too that they have an ordinance that they're drafting themselves for the downtown. And I said, we'll compare that to what we have and provide it to the council. But we haven't set up a actual meeting with all the bar owners yet. But I've talked to some of them individually, and they've been kind of filling me in on the language that they want and the ordinance. And I have some language that agrees and disagrees with some of the things, but we'll provide that to you guys when we get it finished.
Alderman Randall really brings up an interesting point about maybe having some type of consistency. Anybody that wants outdoor music, if they can only have it from 5 to midnight. And I'm just throwing this out, like he said, just for discussion.
Yeah.
Across the board, boom, here's what it is. Because if you remember when McElravy's came up for his 60th birthday party, they wanted music till 2, and we only allowed it.
There was nothing about music on that request.
You sure that what? Oh,
Yes.
no, thank you, you're right. They wanted to be open till 2. We limited it till midnight. Thank you, you're 100% right. But again, I don't know if we knew if they were gonna have music indoors or outdoors or not. They probably had music indoors. So, I think that's a very interesting point that when the Lieutenant Colonel is putting this together, some consistency in
Would be
the
helpful.
times, yeah, of outdoor music.
and I don't think it's fair at this point to they probably already have this.
To deny this.
Yes,
this
to
is
deny
what-
this,
yeah.
because that's our deal
Bread and
to
butter.
pan out. But
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alderman
Yeah, you're right. We
Schaefer,
got-
not,
yeah.
not the purpose of my
Yeah.
questions, okay?
but
It's
just to get it going,
Yeah.
to
Looking
get the
forward.
conversation going and getting some standards.
It
I
would seem
agree.
too, because we don't have an understanding or maybe a full completion to what our standards are on noise ordinance, and yet we're approving these events. We're setting ourselves up every time to deal with a situation that seems to grow. And we need to come to a conclusion on this with a noise ordinance
and
a
also,
standard like Alderman Randall.
Alderman Ferguson, the timeline, like usually we get these a lot more than that week. So this is June 25th and 26th, and it seems,
Yes,
yeah,
very
pretty
quick.
rushed.
Yes.
I would like to say from the ordinance and legal, which actually was a very good meeting that night. We had a lot of good discussion, I believe. But one thing that Alderman Elmore had brought up about the sub, do you want to?
Subwoofers.
Subwoofer is something that's used to carry music great distance. And if you are just using what's referred to as a top cabinet inside or close quarters, doesn't make any difference. but the sub is what, that thud, 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 that carries for blocks or miles. And by turning them off, it does not lessen the enjoyment for the people close to the band or the DJ, but it gives some relief to the people who are far away, who have no choice but to listen to it, whether they want to or not, so to speak. So when we get these discussions going, I echo what everybody has said. Time is of the essence here, because while we're talking about it, we can't change our game plan midstream, and that should be a topic of discussion in those meetings.
Okay. Any more discussion?
Just one final
Yes.
point. I think that we should all be prepared for the complaints that will be coming in around this event.
Yes.
Don't we have
Alderman
an
Weigott?
ordinance now on the books on noise?
We don't have an ordinance, I believe.
What we have, there's
Yeah, we
a
do.
brief reference related to noise as a potential nuisance. But it's something that I know the police department, in particular Lieutenant Colonel Iscant, is handling the complaints related to noise.
Yeah, so currently we use the Illinois EPA. There's a federal statute and a state statute. It depends on the decibel that are used. So the standard we use right now is before 10 o'clock it can't be over 72 decibels, and after 10 o'clock it can't be over 63 decibels. That's what the EPA considers a noise source that you can emit. It's an allowable emittance. So that's what we've been going by.
Yeah, but Matt, do you think they're gonna go over that noise?
Well, I don't know, they haven't yet, since we've been out there. Anytime that the police has been called out there to a noise complaint, they have been under that threshold that the EPA allows for the allowable noise.
Even the band?
Even the band.
And how many tickets have you issued?
0.
Thank you.
So anytime that the police have been called, I know there was an independent study that showed the decibels, it was a few decibels higher. And I don't know what the difference is between 62 decibels and 63 decibels. We have a decibel reader, and when we get complaints, we go out there and we get a recording or a reading. And if they're under that allowable decibels, according to the Illinois EPA, then they're in compliance. If they're not, then they can be cited for that statute. But anytime that the police has been called out there and we've done a recording, they've never been over the limit.
Okay.
Mayor, is the music gonna be both nights? This is what I'm confused about. It
looks
says
like the
music on the
25th.
25th, and the street closures on the 26th, but is there gonna be music on the 26th?
Well, I think what it is that the street closure may be the cleanup after the
The
event.
closure doesn't end until 2 AM on the 26th.
The street reopens at 2 AM on the 26th.
Right, to clean up.
yeah.
Okay, so really then, because this is a little confusing, then the event is only gonna be one night with the music.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
All right, because this is a little confusing the way this is written.
Till 11:59, and then the
The L
2 AM.
Right, there's a cleanup,
Yeah.
right.
I would like to request that Lieutenant Iscant, that the police monitor the decibels that night if this is approved by council, only because I just think it might be a good proactive measure.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. Any more discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call.
Wiggington,
Aye.
Sullivan,
Aye.
Whitaker,
Aye.
Duco,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Randall,
Aye.
Ferguson,
Aye.
Anthony,
Aye.
Ovian,
Aye.
Dillman,
Aye.
Schaefer,
Aye.
Steele,
Aye.
Rothweiler,
Aye.
Elmore,
Aye.
Weigott.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, no petitions, no resolutions. I'd like to have a motion to read all the ordinances on the next page, 15A through 15G.
H.
Oh, H, I'm sorry, H, all together,
Motion. Second.
And by title.
and by title. Thank you. Okay, Garrett?
So this is on the motion to read by title only and as a group. Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Wygant? Wiggington?
Okay. Would you like to read them all?
Better get a drink of water before I start doing
I
this.
know. It's a hard one, isn't it?
15A, ordinance 8942-2021, a zoning ordinance in Ray 24 April 21, Belleville Mural Project. 15B, ordinance 8953-2021, an ordinance amending Title 7 Traffic Code, Chapter 77, Non-Highway Vehicles, Section 77.05, permits of the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois as amended. 15C, ordinance 8954-2021, an ordinance amending Title 9, General Regulations, Chapter 90, Animal Control, Section 90.27, registration of the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois as amended. 15D, ordinance 8955-2021, an ordinance amending Title 7 Traffic Code, Chapter 73, Traffic Rules and Driving Regulations, Section 73.33, Hospital Quiet Zones of the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois as amended. 15E, ordinance 8956-2021, an ordinance amending Title 3 Administration, Chapter 31, Officials and Employees, General Administration, Section 31009, appointment of employees of the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois as amended. 15F, ordinance 8957-2021, an ordinance amending Title 3 Administration, Chapter 31, Officials and Employees, General Administration, Section 31.007, Improvements, and Title 3 Administration, Chapter 34, Finance and Revenue, Taxation, Section 34.005, Office of Purchasing of the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois as amended. 15G, ordinance 8958-2021, an ordinance amending Title 3 Administration, Chapter 32, Officials and Employees, General Administration, by adding Section 32.190, removal of appointees of the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois as amended. And 15H, ordinance 8959-2021, an ordinance waiving and extending the time limitations for substantial development under the special use permit granted by ordinance 8942, and it should be a 2-2020, and 8846-2020.
So moved.
Second. Okay, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call?
Whitaker?
Aye.
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovia?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore?
Aye.
Wygant?
Aye.
Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Under any unfinished business, let's move on to miscellaneous and new business. 17A, I need a motion for motor fuel claims in the amount of $22,053.43.
So moved.
Second by Ferguson. Discussion? Roll call?
Duco?
Aye.
Arrows?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson?
Aye.
Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dillman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler?
Aye.
Elmore? Wygant?
Aye.
Wiggington?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And now, do we need a motion to go into executive session?
No.
Okay. Anyone else?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Hearing any discussion on that one?
Yeah, wait.
Okay, all those in favor, vote aye. Aye. Opposed?
Hey,
And thank you
one of my
for
grandson's
coming,
baseball
and thank
teams
you
plays
for a
on the
great
Lions
meeting.
Freeburg, buddy. I
Thank you
gotta
so
get-
much.
Yeah.